I don't know whether it's the Olympic media coverage of the athletes and those touchy-feely interviews of the athletes with that sickening to me, what are you feeling at this moment, BS line of questioning, or the discussion I had at the Spa 24 about what to ask the drivers when I interview them. I think wanting me to go all Oprah on the bastards. Does this race change your life? Or maybe he was reading Alex Lloyd's latest How to Drive Fast article on jalopnik.com, where in it he got to the root of his racing style, don't think, just drive. All of that got me to today's topic. What should a racer feel behind the wheel of a race car? And I'm not talking about feeling the car as to its handling, slip angles, etc., etc. I'm talking about mindset. What's going on in your head, your focus, your state of mind, your emotional thinking. Because while skill, equipment, team, and budget all make a difference to winning or not, if your head is not screwed on straight, all that stuff is useless. And the money you spent on a helmet is a waste if we're protecting a head full of wrong ideas. Remember, racing is 90% mental, 60% talent, 50% car, 40% team. Wait, that doesn't feel right. Maybe it's more like 60% of the time, mental works every time. Yeah, that's it. The more I think about this show, this really is a ShakeDown University, and maybe one of the most valuable yet if you really want to go fast, or at least understand what those racers that are fast are really thinking. Your state of mind in the race car can and will make all the difference. Your mental approach out of the race car over the weekend counts big time too. Your attitude preparing for the race also matters. Confidence, focus, pressure, emotion. These are the basics you have to control. Manage your confidence, 100% focus. Ignore the pressure. There is no emotion. Driving a race car requires such intense concentration, you don't have any brain capacity left to feel anything or enjoy the pretty colors. If you do, you're not doing it right or going fast enough. Well, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. No, I got more. Let's discuss how you get to the right state of confidence and focus, and why pressures, feelings, and emotions are bad things in a race car. Let's start with confidence. There was an old school racer who would walk into the driver's meeting and shout, "Which one of you f***ers is going to finish second today?" Senna did the same thing in his own way, but carried the same attitude and confidence. Dale Earnhardt Sr. too. But guess what? They earned it. They proved it. And no one doubts Vettel, Alonso, Kimi, Lewis, Jensen, Sebastian Loeb, Alan McNish, Dario Franchitti, and all the other heavy hitters for having the same confident mindset too, right? Now the confidence you need to build on is a belief in you. Now you've got to base it on something. Thorough preparation, so you know you are ready, maybe past experience, where you know you've proven to yourself that if you put your mind to something, you will get it done. How about confidence in winning? You've won something before. Something, anything, maybe a second grade poetry contest. I don't give a shit. You've won then, you can win here. Or at the very least, you have confident faith in yourself, that you know that you're going to be the one, the type that gives 100%, goes all out to try your hardest to be the best, to be a winner. Simply stated, confidence is a state of determination, and anything else is ego, and ego is a bad emotion. Next is focus. I like going to races versus being in the business office because to drive a race car, you get to focus on one thing at a time. In work, my to-do list was a nightmare. The multitasking never ended. It was relaxing to me just to come to the race, to just focus on one thing at a time. Break point, then apex, then track out. Focus on carrying more speed here, watching that guy, what he's doing, so I can pass him there. Then go sit with the engineer and focus just on setup discussions. Then go and do an interview, one freaking task at a time. Easier to focus. But focus also creates room for two critical tasks, alertness and situational awareness. Getting yourself in touch with everything going on around you in the race car. Now this takes a lot of mental RAM space. No time for feeling anything, no time for emotional interpretation. You need to be grabbing all the inputs you can and translating that into info that is helpful to make you go fast and keep you on the racetrack. Get it? By the way, don't get defeated by the rookie sensation that your situational awareness is all closed in. Fight it. As you get more comfortable, your horizons will open up. You'll see what I mean as you develop as a racer. Time to discuss pressure. That's something you feel, but here's the deal. You can't. You've got to find a way to detach from it. It does not exist. Unless you're the type of athlete that feeds on it. You know, the give me the ball, hit it to me type of guy. Then bring it on, motherfucker, because I feed on pressure and will crush guys like you that can't. I'm sorry. Just don't let the motion of pressure distract you from the job. And now let's talk emotion. There is none. You don't get mad at the guy that chopped you in the last corner, you just get past him. You don't get excited about the win you're racing toward during the race. You win and then you get excited. I'm telling you, it's as simple as all this. But you know it's harder to do than say, and that's the deal breaker. You've got to find a way to detach, to compartmentalize, to put yourself in the right state of mind. Now, some people go all spiritual and zen. Others turn to their friends, family, significant others. And there are more than enough sports psychologists around. Others just turn within themselves. For this show, let me leave you at that. Find out what works for you. So that's it. That's what I was taught. What do you think? Do you agree? Or do you think you should drive with a little more emotion to make you drive harder? Tell us what's on your mind. Now let me end by breaking this mindset thing down over the course of the race weekend. Again, as was taught to me. Real racers think about the racing and the upcoming race all the time. Visualizing the track, thinking about the driving, working over setup ideas, imagining the win. Preparation is what helped me get more confident. Having my track notes done before we got to the race. Having travel organized so there's no crisis, no last minute drama, no lost luggage, no surprises, no distractions. All of it to create calm and to stay in control. And when I got to the track, walking the track as soon as possible, even sneaking in the night before, just to get it in my head right up front before the weekend started. When you get dressed for the race, that's also organized. And getting it done in good time, getting to the car early, and having time alone just to focus on what you need to think about before firing up the car. Setting your mind on the tasks for the given session. Are we working on setup this session? Is this qualifying so I'm not racing? I'm starting fifth. What are these idiots around me like? What's my race plan? And in the car, breathing. Senna made a big deal about that to create calm and self-control. And in the car, detach yourself from reality. You know, I really used to think it was like someone else was driving the car and I was just watching. It wasn't me doing the job. And I still have trouble watching the cars from the outside versus in the car. You know, the danger does not register when I'm in the car. If I knew what I was doing, I couldn't do that. So here's a story. I was winning the race. I wasn't thinking about the win, just the task, one at a time, each corner, one at a time. And if I did each task right, I knew they would all come together to be the best end result. Just focus on the tasks. There was the white flag. I was checking the mirror. Okay, the guy's behind me, but he's a good distance back. Just get this next turn right. I've cleared the best spot for him to pass. But I looked too long in the mirror and missed the brake point a little bit. He lunged closer, but there was no emotion. I remembered the center rule. At such moment like that, center of the track to throw off his momentum, and it worked. Focus, Leo, that's all I was thinking. The rest of the lap went down as planned. Then, the final corner, absolutely nailed it. And it was only then, racing up the hill to the checker flag, did my leg completely start to shake. The emotion of the moment started to take over my body. It was the best feeling, but it was at the right time in the race. I spent a bit of time in this video referencing Senna. So let me also remind you his McLaren race car is available on Sim Raceway as part of their rollout of the whole collection of McLaren cars. Senna's MP4/4, plus the 2012 F1 car is coming this week. In fact, all the F1 cars are available. And the other McLarens, the M6 GT, and even the MP4-12C GT3, the car we saw racing in Spa. And the MP4-12C road car, they let me drive on the Spa track in a 30-minute session with other exotic cars. So go to simraceway.com and do the right thing. And then come back here and watch our Spa video. It's coming up sooner or later.